These 20 pro tips will help you succeed all year long in Madden 26. From how to block meta blitzes, elite route combos, and secret unique tricks to dominate the field, this video will immediately improve your skills. So if you want to become unstoppable, let's get started. We all faced this blitz before called Mid Blitz 0, where the user lines up over the center, then we snap the ball and we get instantly screamed at and instantly sacked. And I'm going to show you how you can block this because it's super simple and you can win a lot of games because so many people run this defense. So when you're facing this blitz and you see the user line up over the center, what you're going to do is flick the right stick up to get this untarget mechanic. It's a new mechanic in Madden 26 and it's the fire emoji. That is the untarget mechanic. And you're going to put that on the user. You're going to go over his head and you're going to select A or X. Then what you're going to do is block the running back, and you're going to see now our blocking protection. I can't get the blocking protection up, but everything is going to be blocked. So we're going to snap the ball, everything is blocked, and now we can throw to our open player right there, and we get easy yards against that cover 0 mid blitz out of double mug. Hey guys, if you want more pro tips and full game plans guaranteed to help you win more games and improve, check out playbookprofessor.gg and use the code RZR30 for 30% off. At playbookprofessor.gg, myself and other top creators and players teach schemes, concepts, and strategies that you can apply instantly or apply to your own playing style to win more games. 97% of members said they've won more games since joining, so if you want to join the community, the link is at the top of the description, and remember, use code RZR30 for 30% off. Now, back to the video. On the screen right now, you're seeing that I can change the depth of any zone that I want with the new custom stem zone mechanic in Madden 26. So if you want a hard flat to be set at around like 20 yards and then a flat on the other side to be set at 0 yards, you can now do that, but how do you do it? So if you want to change the depth of a zone on a player in the secondary, you're going to double tap wire triangle, press the guy's icon, then hold LB or L1, and then you can move the left stick down or up to increase or decrease it. You can also use the D-pad to increase or decrease it in 5-yard increments. Now for linebackers, what you're gonna do is double tap right on the D-pad, press the linebacker's icon, hold LB or L1, then move the left stick up or down or the D-pad up or down. So if I think a corner route is being ran on that left side, I can now stem up a hard flat. That hard flat is stemmed up. I'm gonna snap a ball and you're gonna see that hard flat is now gonna defend that corner route just like that. This is how you can lock your user, so then you can hold the left stick in the direction that you wanna go right when the ball is snapped, and your player will instantly go that way. So here, I'm holding the left stick in one direction and he's not moving. And then as soon as the offense snaps the ball, I can move that way and I can possibly lurk a throw like that. Now to do this, all you need to do is press up on the D-pad to get this substitution menu up. And then you can literally move the left stick any way. You can even hold the right trigger for sprinting right off the bat to get to the spot you want to go. So once again, I'm holding the right trigger. Offense snaps the ball and I get to instantly run to the spot I want to go. So now we're going to use this lock-in user trick to stop the run. Now inside zone is one of the most popular runs in Madden or even college football if you play college football. And to stop inside zone, it's really simple. If you have a 4-man defensive front, and this requires a 4-man defensive front, all you want to do is slant to the outside with the D-line by pressing left on the D-pad and then up on the right stick, and now they're slanted outside. Then you're going to use our linebacker and you're going to get on the side of the running back and be about 5 to 8 yards back. And then you're going to lock in your user by pressing up on the D-pad. And then you're going to shoot the A gap. So you're pretty much going to shoot this gap that I'm standing over right here, and you can instantly make that tackle. We're going to snap the ball, and right here, I'm going to be able to shoot the gap and dive and get that tackle. So I just want to show how consistent this is. So again, we're going to slant the defensive line outside. I'm going to user the linebacker on the side of the running back. I'm going to press up on the D-pad so I could lock in my user. Then against the run, I'm able to shoot this gap and I'm able to make that tackle. At some point in your Madden lifetime, you're going to face this very glitchy play, and it is a double pass. And you're going to see that it glitches out your zones and it will turn into a one-play touchdown for your opponent, and you need to know how to stop it. Luckily, to stop the double pass, it's very simple. All you're going to do is pass commit. You can do that by pressing RB or R1 and then up on the right stick. And the zones will not go down and get dumbed out by the double pass. So you're going to see I pass committed, and you're going to see that the deep zones will stay back, and you're going to be able to guard this, and hopefully they don't get like a weird, and he got a penalty. But you saw that we were able to defend it a lot better. We didn't get dumbed out. It wasn't wide open. Just so you can see it one more time, again, we're going to pass commit, pressing RB or R1, then up on the right stick, and the zones will not get dumbed out, and you're going to see that we literally just can't throw that. It is guarded. The highball mechanic is one of the most powerful mechanics in all of Madden. You're gonna see right here, I just highballed over those linebackers because if I weren't to highball that, they would have a pretty decent chance of getting a hand on the ball. Now, the way you highball is holding LB or L1 while you're pressing the receiver's icon that you want to throw to. So let's do this one more time. I have the same exact route combo on the field. The defense is in a cover 4 drop shaded underneath. We're going to snap the ball and you're going to see that linebacker is right there, but I can highball over that player. We jump and get the ball. Now, you pretty much want to highball when you have a player, a defender underneath of your wide receiver, so you can try to get it over their head. So on the right side here, we have a player over there, but I can highball over that player and it pretty much turns into a wide open throw, even though there was a player underneath of him. So in the instant replay here, you're gonna see that this player plays this little out route pretty well, right? So it's pretty good, but we highball it and pass lead it up away from this defender, and he really has no shot. And the only person who has a shot at the ball is our receiver. This is how you can Superman jump over the defense for a touchdown when you're on the goal line, and it's really cool when it works. Now, this doesn't happen every time, but all you have to do is hold the left stick up and then hold X or square to get that Superman jump on the goal line. So we're gonna snap the ball here, hold that button, and then right there, we didn't get the Superman jump, but we were still able to get in the end zone. So remember, we're holding the left stick up and then pressing X or square to dive over the D line and O line. So I'll do this one more time just to show you guys, and right here, we get that Superman jump and we get an easy touchdown. This is how you can stop seam streaks that a lot of people like to hit, especially when playing online. So what we're gonna do to stop these seam streaks is go to our coaching adjustments by pressing the right stick in our play calling menu. Then we're gonna scroll down all the way to safety depth and width. We're gonna put the safety depth on close, and this will align the safeties at 8 yards off the line of scrimmage. And then we're gonna put the width on pinch to get the safeties closer together. Then we're gonna go to a cover 4 quarters, palms, or a cover 4 drop, and we're gonna shade underneath. So right here, I have cover 4 drop field. We're gonna click that right there. Then in the play, you're gonna see that the safeties are now a lot closer to the line of scrimmage, and they're kind of in the area that the seam streaks would want to be, pretty much where people would want to throw them. So we're going to snap this ball, and it's really hard to throw that seam streak because the safety is right there, and that will just completely destroy that play or that type of route that people love to spam. On the field right now, we have a flood concept on the right side of your screen, and we have a streak, and this streak won't pull any deep outside zones back to open up the corner route. So you're going to see that the corner is actually going to be defended, and it's all because we don't have a route pulling that deep third, or if it was a quarter, deep third or quarter up the field to open up the corner. So now on defense, we're running the same exact coverage, and then on offense, we're going to run that same exact route combo, but this time we're going to put the outside wide receiver on a slot fade instead of a streak, because you're going to see that slot fade is going more towards the outside, and he'll push any of the deep outside zones back to open up the corner route. So we're going to snap the ball here, and you're going to see that the corner will now be open on the sidelines and has tons of yards or tons of open space to throw to for an easy dot, all because we switched the streak to a slot fade that pushes back the deep outside zones. So a cool thing that was added into Madden 26 is that you can now change your pass protection with the right stick. So if you want to half slide to the left, you're going to flick the right stick to the left 1 time. Then if you want to full slide to the left, you're going to flick the right stick to the left 2 times. So 1, 2. Now we're full sliding that way. Now if you want to half slide to the right, you're just going to flick the right stick once to the right. So now we're half sliding to the right. And then if you want a full slide to the right, you're just going to double flick the right stick to the right for a full slide. You can now put defensive stunts on your defensive line, and this kind of creates a lot of pressure, and you can see right there, we just got a 4-man rush to come in completely free. So I'm going to show you how you can put D-line stunts on your D-line pre-snap and also in the play call menu. So the way that we could select our defensive line stunt in the play call menu is simply holding the button of the play that we want. So we're going to hold A because we want 1 LB dog. Then the stunt menu comes up, and we can go to the stunt that we want. Texas 4-man is the most popular right now. So once you get to the stunt you want, you just want to release the button that you're holding, and now we have that stunt on the field. You can also change the stunt pre-snap by pressing left on the D-pad, then you're going to press RB or R1. Then you can flip through the different stunts that you have by going right or left on the D-pad. So we can change to left exit to man, that is Y. So now we have a different stunt on that left side. You can cancel the stunt by pressing left on the D-pad, pressing RB or R1, and then pressing LT or L2, and that will go back to our normal pass rush. This is how you can put a wide receiver at running back, so you can kind of just take advantage of really good mismatches. Like right there, we just had Mike Evans at running back. So the way we do this, we're gonna pause the game, we're gonna go to coaching, we're gonna go to depth chart, and then we're gonna scroll all the way to GAD, which is short for gadget. And you can put a bunch of different players at your gadget. So here I have Mike Evans, but you can even put a free safety there, you could put tight ends there, you can put corners there, you can pretty much put any like skill position in there. Now, after you put Mike Evans or whoever you want in your gadget, you want to go to your formation screen and you want to flick the right stick to the right or left. And you can see on the bottom, we're changing our package, and you want to change the package to gadget at halfback. So here we have a little bit better of an example. We have Mike Evans on a Texas route, and who's going to guard Mike Evans on a Texas route? Nobody. He gets wide open, we rack catch it, and we can get some easy yards. So you can get faster handoff animations depending on what way you're running. So when you're in shotgun and you're running like an inside zone and you have a right-handed quarterback, you always want to hand the ball off when the running back is lined up on the right side, because our quarterback is right-handed and the handoff will just be much quicker. And that's true for pretty much every run in shotgun. So you're going to see here that now we're on the left side. We're not on the throwing arm of Baker Mayfield. That's because we're on the left. We're going to hand the ball off, and you see it's a lot slower of a handoff right there, and we're not going to be able to optimize that run. Now, how about for under center runs? Well, for under center runs, we usually want to run to the side of the quarterback's throwing hand. So here, Baker Mayfield is righty, so we're going to run it to the right, and we're going to see that we just have a faster little animation there, and we're able to get a couple yards. The concept you see on the field right now is a great concept to beat man coverage, and that is the two drags called a mesh concept. And I might even put a crossing route by that outside wide receiver on the right side, just so we have something over the top that can also beat man. But the mesh is what I want you to look at right now, because against man coverage, so you see right here where the defense is in cover to man, usually they press, and you're going to see that mesh drags do a really decent job of beating man. And it's very rare to not have one of the drags open. So you're gonna see again, the defense is in cover to man. We're gonna press just because, most people online press. We're gonna do that same exact route concept. And you're gonna see that somebody's gonna get open here. And right now we have this drag open, so the other drag is open, and we get a ton of yards to a simple little drag route that destroys man. And right here, I'm in all Madden difficulty, and I can even press, I can shade underneath, and I can shade to the inside. And you're going to see that these drags will still do a really good job of beating man. Right here, we have Andrews, and we're just marching up and down the field versus man coverage using the mesh concept. This is one of the best man or zone beating concepts in Madden. And right here, we're just going to put the tight end on a drag, but really what I want you to see here is the out route by the outside wide receiver, and then the zig route or the whip route by the middle bunch receiver. This is a really, really good concept, because against zone, the outside wide receiver on that little out route is going to pull flats towards the sidelines, and it will open up the whip route. So I'll show you that right here. You're going to see that the whip will be wide open in this little area, all because of that little out route pulling the flats towards the sidelines. So in the instant replay, you're going to see, again, the flat is pulling this flat zone towards the sidelines, and that opens up the zig. Now, why is this also a good man beater? Well, it's because the zig or the whip destroys man coverage. So right now, we're going to go to cover 2 man. We're going to press our cover 2 man. We're going to have that same exact route combo, and you're going to see that the whip will create a lot of separation versus man. We get an easy pass, and right there was behind him, but you saw we get an easy pass and an easy catch for a couple of yards. If you're having trouble guarding the middle of the field, what you want to do is use the zone called a mid read, and that will completely shut down digs, crossers, posts, really anything going to the deep parts of the middle of the field. So the cool thing is cover 2 zones always have a mid read, and to make the mid read even better, all you have to do is shade underneath by pressing Y or triangle and then down on the right stick. And you're going to see here that we're in this very popular play called flood, and I'm actually just going to spy my D-line real fast because I don't want them interfering with what I'm about to show you. And that dig is really popular in this play flood, and you're going to see that the mid read completely shuts down this dig, and he's just all over it and he cuts it off for an easy pick. And that happens with crossers and posts that go through the middle of the field. Now you also don't need to play cover 2 to put a mid read on the field. What you could do is just put a mid read on a linebacker, and you see right there, he's in a mid read now, and all you have to do again is shade underneath, and now we have a mid read in a cover 3 zone. Check out this really cool thing that we can do with our running back. So I just motioned out my running back as a wide receiver, and I'm gonna put him on a corner route. Then I'm going to motion him back to the backfield, and that corner route still remains. And we can still custom stem it, right, up or down. So we can run a flood concept to that right side, and it's just a very unique way to run it because now our running back has this really cool corner route, and it can kind of just make the defense stay on their toes and never really know what to do because we're running this flood concept in a very unique way. Now, another thing you can do is put the running back on a Texas route, and you can motion him out as a wide receiver, and that Texas route will stay the same. Now, let's just say the defense is in man coverage and they're manning up the running back, right? So if they man up the running back, this Texas route will torch man coverage, just like you see right there. We can pass lead that in stride, away from the defender, and get easy yards. So you can do a lot of cool things with this unique hot route trick in Madden 26. This is how you can stop QB sneaks so you do not let your opponent get easy touchdowns, and sometimes this can turn into, I guess, fumble sixes on the goal line. So when your opponent is just trying to get a yard or so to get a first down or even a touchdown, and you think that they're going to be running a QB sneak, all you have to do is go to the formation goal line on defense, flip to goal line 5-3, then pick the play goal line man. Now when you get into the play, all you're gonna do is pinch your D-line by going left on the D-pad and then down on the D-pad. Then you're gonna slant them inside by going left on the D-pad and down on the right stick. Now optionally, you could put your user in one of the A gaps if you want, but even without the user in an A gap, you're gonna see that the QB sneak is just shut down. So you don't have to do that. You could just stay back with your user if you want to. And again, we're just gonna pinch our D-line. We're going to slant them inside, and the QB sneak will not get in for a touchdown and can lead to fumbles. Now the best way to make reads is from low to high. So you want to read your short routes first and then your deeper routes. So right here we have a running back table route and we have a drag. Those are our underneath routes. We're going to read those routes first, and then if they are guarded, we're going to work our way up to the corner route in the backside dig. So we're going to snap the ball right here. The flat is open right away. We're going to hit the flat. We're going to get up the field for some easy yards. You want to hit the flats every time if they're open and make the defense respect the flats. So in this play, all we're going to do is read the drag, the flat, then that little spacing route. Then we're going to work our way up to the slant and post. Now, if you think about it, you always want to read the underneath routes first because those routes get open a lot quicker than the deep route. So right there, I thought everything was guarded. Then I worked my way up to the deeper routes, and the deeper route was open late. Now the reason we're reading from low to high is because if we just look at the deep routes, they take much longer to get open. And if we just look at them and stare at them until they're open, or maybe they don't get open, we're gonna get sacked and just make bad reads. Whereas if we read the underneath first and then the deep routes, well, we can see if the underneath is open because they get open faster. Like right here, if I read the underneath instead of just reading my slant and post, well, I could have just hit this spacing route and got a ton of yards after the catch. So that's why you always want to read from low to high, because your short routes get open quicker. Then you want to read your deeper routes because they get open later in the play. This is by far the easiest way to defend corner routes in Madden. You see right here, that is just completely bottled up. Now what I'm doing is switch sticking. So you see, this is my user right here. And then as soon as I see a corner developing, I switch to this hook curl defender and I go with the corner and I completely lock it down. And I'm doing that with the right stick. So let me show you this again. So let's just say the offense is running a flood concept to the left, and we're going to user this linebacker right here, right? And what we're gonna do when the play is, or when the ball is snapped, I'm going to flick the right stick towards this defender here, and I'm going to run with the corner route. So ball is snapped, I see a corner, I switch stick to this defender, they throw it, I'm on it, and I'm able to cut it off and get a pick. Now, why is this the easiest way? Well, think about it. If you're switch sticking, you don't need to make any adjustments to guard a corner. You don't need to put zone drops on the field and move flats up. All you have to do is switch stick to a hook curl and then go with the corner.